Okay, we are gonna play some King Kong Myth of Terror Island. What we're gonna focus on is King Kong multi-ball first. It's actually a lot easier than you'd think. So basically what you gotta do is, we're gonna focus on the drop target area right here, the ones that say Kong. What you have to do is you have to sweep those drop targets twice, and then it's gonna light the lock right here in the middle ramp. And then all you're really gonna have to do right there is just get 3 balls up the ramp and you'll start King Kong multi-ball. It's that easy. Now there's a couple different ways you can sweep these drop targets. You can shoot from the right flipper diagonally over and try to sweep them that way. You can kind of cradle the ball on the left and then shoot up and knock them down that way. Or you can actually, on the right side of the ramp, you can feed this little ramp that goes, or this little mini orbit, if you want to call it that comes over. And sometimes your diverter will come up. If it doesn't, you can hit your action button if you have one, and then try to start to attack those from there. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. So don't think there's just one way. There's various different ways, and some easier than others, right? If you just, I don't know, if you backhand it from the left, if you have that opportunity, it actually is pretty simple. So, all right, we're gonna launch some, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's good right there. Okay, let me try to do the sweep from the right. It's a little tricky sometimes, but once you get it, it's actually not bad. There, I got a couple. Let's see if I can hit the rest of them with the sweep method. Nope. All right, now you see the log diverter kicked in. Okay, now you can see from my left flipper, there we go, I hit 2 of them down. So you can see there's a couple different ways you can do this. I'm gonna try it again. So I'm gonna trap up here on the left. There, I got 2 in the middle. Let's try it again, see if I can get the final 2. All right, see, I got them. So now that's it. I qualified for King Kong multi-ball. So now all you gotta do is shoot the center ramp. There we go, ball 1 locked. It's that easy. It's not that hard. So, you know, and I hit my little log diverter there. If I want to, see, I can stall the ball there if I want. Now, if I don't do anything, it's gonna do what it just did right there. It's gonna let the ball down. So that thing does time out after a period of time. Okay, so I'm gonna hit my, let's see, it's gonna roll back here. Check this out. I'm gonna try to go right here, and I'm gonna let it go. There we go. And that's it. It's that easy to get King Kong multi-ball. Not bad. So he's gonna start. This is pretty cool because he freaks out. If you look at him, you can see him right over there. He starts freaking the heck out. Then he's gonna hit the car over, and then all the balls come out. So now to get the jackpot, I need to hit these drop targets, which I'm trying to pay attention to everything, and I'm letting balls drain like an idiot. Don't want to do that. So I think I have 1 more I need to hit. There we go, I got it. Okay, so now I got to try to get the ball up on that. Damn it. Okay, now we're going to focus on the spider multi-ball, which is a little bit harder because the ball is sort of right there in your face. And if you're not careful with the spider shot, you can, I'm missing it right now. You can drain. Still nothing, let's go. You gotta hit it like right at the tip of that flipper. All right, so you can see, if you look, I have 2 of the lights lit and 1 of them's flashing on the spider. So I'm gonna go 1 more. There we go, and all I have to do is hit it 1 more time and I'll get it, spider multi-ball. The total tip of that flipper. There we go, okay, spider multi-ball, that easy. So these are 2 things you can do right away to have some fun with the game and you know, not feel like you don't know what the heck is going on. Now these are just 2 things. Obviously we haven't even begun to play with the modes. There's lots of different modes within the game, and we're gonna show you that in a second. So to do that, that's gonna focus on the gong. Speaking of the gong, we just hit the gong, there we go. You'll find also there's ways you can keep hitting the ball back and forth between the right flipper and the mini flipper. It's kind of cool. So I'll see if I can get it during the video and show you a little bit. Got to get that center shot to get that jackpot, I think. Let's see. See, you can see it's blinking. Damn it, I can't get up there. Come on. Oh my God. What the heck, dude? All right, well, there you go. Not a very impressive spider multi-ball, but now you know how to get it. All right, now we're gonna focus on just starting modes. To start modes, you have to hit the gong. So you have to hit the gong twice, and then on the third hit of the gong, it will actually pass through and you can start a mode. Now keep in mind, the first couple times you hit it, it is going to bounce back at you pretty hard, pretty aggressive, and if you're not careful, you will drain the ball. It's also kind of a hard shot. You can backhand it from the right flipper or the left. I find it actually difficult from either one, but after a while, you'll kind of get it down. A lot of times, I'll hit the stand-up target on the left instead of the gong, so we're gonna give it a shot and I'll show you how to do this. So we're gonna log back into Insider Connected and let's go. Okay, we hit the gong once. Now you see, it didn't go back too violently. All right, we hit it twice. Now on this third shot, let's see if we can get it now. We should be able to get it. There we go. So now we start a mode. So this is where you have the modes you can start, and these are the only ones they have right now. So there's Save and, Cross the Chasm, Pterodactyl Attack, Stegosaurus Encounter, Escape the Swamp. These are the only ones. So that's all you have to choose from right now. Now I'm sure they're gonna put more modes in over time. And basically, it'll tell you on the back glass what you're, or on the LCD, what you're supposed to do. I wish they would put a few more call-outs in this. I think maybe those are coming, because I feel like on some of these modes, I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do yet. But that's how easy it is to start modes. That's it. You just hit the gong, and you're off and running. That wasn't very good, but you get the point. That is how you start modes. So you've seen the Spider multi-ball, King Kong multi-ball, and how to start modes. So I feel like hopefully what you got out of that is this game is pretty approachable. Like even though there's a lot of difficult shots to master, I do feel like it's pretty easy to pick up and play when you just know some basic fundamentals if you just want to have fun. The diverter does come in really handy though, so just like keep in mind that can be a fun thing to play with. But now I'm just going to show you a couple of the shots. I personally really love this helix shot, and I'll show you the quickest way to sort of tee up that helix shot. So basically what we're going to do is from the left flipper, you're going to go right to the left of the gong and right to the right of the ramp. There's that orbit that goes around. I'll show you real quick. So basically you're going to go up here and around, and then you're gonna shoot up this ramp and it's gonna feed that right flipper, and then you're gonna shoot it up. Or you can go all the way to the right, and there's a kickback behind King Kong, which will flip the ball back really, really fast, and then you can hit it right on the tip of the flipper and hit the helix shot. That's probably the easiest way to do it, so maybe that's what we'll do. Okay, here it is, it's gonna come back. I got it, all right, that's what I wanted to do. Now that was a little slow motion, but that was it. See, I'm gonna try to post pass and do it again. All right, here it is. Got it. All right, that's such a fun shot. Like I said, you can also shoot it up that other ramp to get it. There's a bunch of different ways you can get it there, but super fun shot. Once you master it, you can kind of have fun with that. It never gets old. So that's a brief look at some of the features. Like I said, very, very fun, very approachable game. You just have to know a little bit of the basics. That's the thing with pinball. Someone just tells you a little bit of the fundamentals of how to play, and you can get going really quick. So hopefully that helps, but I am very much enjoying this game. I'm excited because this is early code, so I'm interested to see where they're gonna take this. But this is quickly becoming one of my favorites just because of how fun the shots are. I will say if there is one thing that I'd like to see more out of is like King Kong, outside of just knocking over the car, he doesn't really do a whole lot, or the train car. So I don't know what they could do to incorporate him a little bit more, but it'd be kind of nice if he did a little bit more in the game. But the gong's fun, the spider, I don't like the spider aesthetically, but that is a fun and easy thing. And then I didn't even mention there's this thing, Leap of Faith, over here, and there's a little rubber there. If you can kind of nudge the ball, if you feel like it's going out, you can kind of save your ball. Kind of similar to what Keith did on Jaws. Anyways, I'll give you some final thoughts and then we'll wrap things up. Look, there is a lot to like about King Kong, the Myth of Terror Island, but if I had to say what my favorite part of this game is, it's the layout. The game layout is awesome and there's so many cool shots. Shots that are really satisfying no matter how many times you shoot them. The helix shot is super fun. It's just one of those repeatable shots that every time you hit it just feels incredibly satisfying. The other thing that's really cool is that kickback. When you shoot the shot over on the right-hand side and it goes over by Kong and it shoots it back real quick, and then you can kind of combo that up the helix ramp. Again, a really fun shot. I love the whole like river log diverter thing. I really enjoy, oddly, the drop targets in that area, the ones that spell Kong, that you have to sort of use those as your means to qualify the King Kong multi-ball, as well as some of the other jackpots within the modes. It's just a very well-designed game, and of course that's what you'd expect from Keith Elwin. So if you're looking for a fun shooter, you can't go wrong with King Kong. Now, the negatives I have right now is the code is obviously in its early stages, but anyone that's used to buying Stern in the modern era knows that this is just part of the territory. So if you decide to buy in new unbox on any of these games, at least from a Stern perspective, your code maturity is gonna take time. Some people may like that over time they get updates, and some may say, look, I'm gonna wait. And there's nothing wrong with either choice. That's as far as gameplay and code goes. I'm really enjoying it. It's got 4 flippers, you've got the mini baby one, you have 3 full-size flippers. It's just a lot of fun, and there's a lot of different shot variety, which makes this game, in my opinion, fun to play. Now, as far as like mechanisms and things you interact with the ball with, it's lacking a little bit in that department. The only major mechanisms is gonna be the King Kong mech in the back, which really doesn't do a whole lot. He stops the ball, he messes around and does stuff. He doesn't do a whole lot, he just kind of moves around. It's fun, he's large in size, and it's kind of shocking at first, because you're like, oh man, that thing is actually a lot bigger than I thought, but he doesn't really do a whole lot. So maybe over time they'll integrate him a little bit more, but for right now he's just kind of there, and it's cool that he knocks the train car over. I like that, it's a fun pinball moment, but you know, if you did get the Pro and you didn't have the fully animatronic Kong, would you really be missing out on that much? I don't really think so. The gong I really like, that's something fun to interact with. It does act as like sort of something that fights back at you, because your first 2 shots on it are gonna fire the ball back, so it's something where it keeps you on your toes. I think that's really fun. I've never really been a gigantic fan of the spider in itself. It does seem like a little bit cheap, but I've grown to like it, but at the same time, if it wasn't there, would I really miss it? I don't really think so. If it would still lock the ball there and kind of act as a means to start multi-ball, I think I'd be okay with that. There's definitely gonna be people that say, man, you went in on the LE. What do you think about the LE? I think the LE is pretty looking. I do like the cabinet artwork, despite some of the community conversation around it. I really like the mirrored back glass. On this one in particular, do I feel like I'm getting the value out of the LE? Not necessarily, but I also never have been one to buy into this idea that I'm buying the LE as this major value or I'm getting a lot more. I'm someone that usually changes out a lot of the things in their game, so audio-wise, I don't even think the LE audio is all that great. Really, Stern kind of misses the mark when it comes to the audio side of the house. This is where I'd recommend investing in something like Pinwoofer. Pinwoofer sells a great bundle for the Stern Spike 2 machines, and it will unlock the soundtrack. So if it's a game where you like the soundtrack, holy crap, man, it will open up that game for you, and you'll really be impressed with the upgradability you get when you do something like that. It's a massive upgrade, and the sound is amazing. So if you're buying an LE thinking you're getting some amazing sound, you're really not. You're getting some cheaper Kenwood speakers, and I can't remember the brand of the subwoofer. It's actually not bad, the subwoofer, but again, the power on the Stern Spike 2 system is just not there to really drive better speakers in general. And the Kenwoods, they just kind of fall flat on the range of frequency that speaker has. It's just not that great. So anyways, as far as like the aesthetics go, I know there's been some complaints about certain things on the playfield art. I would actually have preferred it if Jeremy Packer, aka Zombie Yeti, did the whole thing. Not that I don't like the artwork, but I feel like it feels like a collaboration versus one person doing the whole thing or having the vision. I don't want this to be taken as me not liking the playfield artwork, but I feel like it would have felt more cohesive if it was sort of the same way throughout, because the cabinet art looks very different than the playfield art. Again, I don't really mind it, but you know, it is what it is. So they did do the expression lights on the back box speakers, but there's none inside. I don't think L1 has ever done a game where he's incorporated the cabinet expression lights. I don't really know why that is. This is one of those weird inconsistencies with Stern. Like, why do you not have the lighting on everything? I feel like that lighting is sort of, I don't know, it takes the game to the next level. There's more you can do around light shows, and I feel like why would you not have that in every game? I don't know, but that'd be my suggestion there. But overall, I really like it. If I was going to do it again, I'd probably get the premium. I think the premium is the sweet spot for this game, not the LE. As far as the cost and what you're getting for the money, I'd say this one is premium all day long. So really, if you're buying the LE, it's because you really love Kong as a property, or any game for that matter. If there's a theme that you really love, then I can see splurging and getting an LE, but just know going into it, like, the LE is a lot more money than it is you're getting value out of it. And I think everyone knows this. If they really love a property, they'll get the LE. Like, the Jaws LE was absolutely gorgeous. I loved that, and I kind of made my premium look like an LE. I really liked Godzilla LE, although I have the Godzilla 70th. So it gets you, right? You get bit by the bug when you see it, you're like, oh man, this is beautiful. I don't know if the Kong LE does enough to differentiate it, to sort of demand that additional money that they want for it, but also that's kind of the same with all LEs. So if you're new to this, the LEs aren't where you're gonna get the value. It's just because you really like that game and you want some of the unique features, whether it be, you know, the armor looks good or the artwork package is better to you. But like I said, there's not enough variance on King Kong to go LE, in my opinion. I really got the LE because I wanted to get it and make some content on it, and it's probably one I'm gonna keep in my collection for a while, so no big deal. It is what it is. Anyways, I personally really like this game. I think this game is gonna have some legs. I think as the code continues to evolve, it's gonna be one of those games that will be a top seller for Stern. They decided not to do a licensed property, and this is their own unique story. I think that's interesting. They've done this a couple times. They did it with Dungeons & Dragons. I really love Dungeons & Dragons. That's become one of my favorite games, at least from a Stern perspective. I don't think you can go wrong with King Kong. If you're not planning on buying it, definitely when you go out to an arcade bar or go on Pinball Map and go find one near you, you will absolutely have fun with it. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's all I got for today. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Put your comments below. I want to hear from you. And that's it for now, guys. We will see you on the next one.